Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. At night, Kasim's wife went to Ali Baba and said,
Kasim has not come back. Please try to find him.
So Ali Baba went to the cave and found his brother there, nearly dead. He put him on the donkey's back and took him home. "We must not let anyone know about this," Ali Baba said. "We must tell people that Kasim is not well. My wife and I will come to your house to help look after him, but he's hurt so badly that we must get some help." Morgiana, the girl who worked for Kasim's wife, said,
I know someone who can help. He is a wise old shoemaker who has made many sick people better. I shall need some money to pay him, however.
Next morning, before the sun was up and when no one was about in the streets, Morgiana went to the old man's shop. He always started work early. Morgiana said,
Will you come to our house? Someone is very ill. I will give you this money if you will help us.
"Where is your house?"
said the old man.
I cannot tell you.
Said Morgiana.
You must not see where it is. So close your eyes and keep them closed all the time I am taking you there.
She led him to Kasim's house and up to his bedroom. Then she said,
You may open your eyes now. Can you do anything to save this man's life?
The wise old man looked at Kasim. He shook his head and said,
"This man is very ill, but I will do my best."
The old man bandaged Kasim's wounds, made him a special drink, and watched over him for many hours. Then he said,
"I can do no more to help this man."
Then Morgiana said to him,
Thank you for all you have done. Now I will take you back to your shop. But do not tell anyone that you have been here.
The old man closed his eyes, and Morgiana took him back to his shop. 2 days later, Kasim died. Morgiana ran into the street, calling,
My master is dead! My master is dead!
The women came out of their houses to see who was calling. They also saw Kasim's wife at the bedroom window, crying. Next day, Kasim's body was taken outside the city and buried. After that, Ali Baba and his wife went to live with Kasim's wife in her house, and Ali Baba's son went to work in Kasim's shop. 3 or 4 days later, the robbers went back to the cave. When they opened the door in the rock, they saw that Kasim was no longer there.
"Someone must have taken him away,"
They said.
"One of us must go and find out who it is, because whoever did it must know about our cave."
"I will go,"
said one of the men. Off he went. Next morning, he came to the street where the old man had his shop. He was sitting at his door with a shoe in his hand.
"Do many people come to you for shoes, old man?"
Said the robber.
"Yes,
Said the old man.
and they come for other things too. Why, only the other day I was asked to try to save the life of a man who had been stabbed and was nearly dead. But it was too late. I could not do much for him."
"What?"
Said the robber.
"Take me to the house where you went, and I will give you this bag of gold."
"I don't know where the house is,
Replied the old man.
because I had to keep my eyes closed all the way. A girl took me."
"Then see if you can find it with your eyes closed.
Said the robber.
You must know if you went to the right or left, and whether it was a little way or a long way. Come on, give me your hand and close your eyes."
They set off like this and came to a stop at Kasim's house.
"I think this is the right place."
Said the old man. The robber made a white cross on the door. Then he took the old man back to his shop, gave him the bag of gold, and went away. When Morgiana went out shopping, she saw the white cross on their door.
Who put this there?
She wondered.
It could have been the children, but I don't think so. I don't like this. Why is it only on our house and not on the others?
So she made some more white crosses on the doors of the other houses. Then she went on to do her shopping. By this time, The robber had gone back to the cave.
I have found the house where the man lives,
He said to the others.
Come with me, and I will take you to it.
But when they got there, he found so many houses with a white cross on the door that he could not tell which was the right one. There was nothing they could do but go back to the cave again. Then another man said,
Let me try.
So the next day the old man went with him as he did with the first man. When they found the house, a red cross was marked on the door by the robber.
All the others have a white cross.
He said.
This will be the only one with a red cross.
Morgiana saw the red cross when she came back from the shops. So she put some red crosses on the doors of other houses, just as she had done with the white crosses before. When the robbers came again, they still could not tell which was the right house.
This will not do,
Said the robber chief.
I must go and find the house myself.
So he went and found the old man, who took him to the house as he had done with the other two men. The head man did not put a cross on it. He had a good hard look at it and went away.
I must think what to do next.
He said to the robbers when he got back. Next day he said,
I have it. You must go and buy some big jars, the kind they use for oil. But I want oil in only one of them. The others must have nothing in them.
Why?
Said one of the robbers.
Because you are going to hide in the jars when you have put them on the horses' backs. I shall take the horses to Ali Baba's house. I shall tell him I have come a long way, and I shall ask him to let me sleep at his house for the night.
What about us? Said the men.
You will have to stop in the jars. They're so big there will be plenty of room in them for you. When the time comes, I shall tell you what to do.
Things went just as the robber chief had hoped. Ali Baba agreed that he could stay for the night. Ali Baba helped him to take the jars down from the horses' backs. Then he said, Come in now and have a good dinner. After the robber had eaten and drunk all he could, he said,
I must go now and give the horses some water.
While he was in the stable, he went to each jar and spoke to the man who was in it.
When I make a call like a bird from my window,
He said,
you must get out of your jars. I shall come down and tell you what to do.
Then he went back into the house. When Morgiana went to make up the fire for the night, her lamp went out, and she could not see what she was doing.
I must buy some more oil in the morning,
She said.
but tonight I shall take some from one of those jars.
She went to the first jar, and the man who was in it, thinking she was the robber chief, said,
Is it time?
This made her jump, but she quickly replied in a deep voice.
Not now, soon.
She went to the next jar, and the next. Every time the man who was in it said,
Is it time?
and Morgiana replied.
Not now, soon.
The last jar had oil in it, and she put some in her lamp. Taking some more oil, she boiled it and tipped some of the boiling oil into each of the jars, and that was the end of the robbers. When the robber chief came down in the night, he found his men all dead, so he jumped on his horse and quickly rode away. Next morning, Morgiana told Ali Baba what had happened and about the crosses on the door. He thanked her and said he would never forget what she had done. Then he asked some of his men to dig a big hole in the woods. That night they put the dead robbers in it. The robber chief was now alone, so he said,
I shall buy a shop. In it, I shall put the silks and jewels that are in the cave. If I sell them, I can make a good living.
He did so, and everyone said what a good shop it was. One day, Ali Baba's son met the robber chief. Their shops were near to one another. He asked the robber to come home with him for a meal. Ali Baba did not remember what the robber chief looked like, but when Morgiana saw him, she thought,
That man has been here before. He means to do something bad. I must stop him.
So she said to Ali Baba,
When dinner is over, shall I come in and dance for you?
Ali Baba said that she could, and after the meal was finished, Morgiana came into the room and began to dance. When she had finished her dance, Morgiana went round the room holding out a cup for them to put money into. Ali Baba gave her some, and so did his son. Then she came to the robber chief. As he put some money in the cup, she saw that he had a knife hidden in his clothes. Before the robber chief could stop her, she snatched the knife and killed him with it. "What have you done?" cried Ali Baba, jumping up.
If I had not done that,
Replied Morgiana.
he would have killed you. He is the robber chief who came here with the jars of oil.
Ali Baba saw that Morgiana was right. "You are a good girl," he said. "I'm so pleased with you that I shall be happy if you will marry my son." So Morgiana and Ali Baba's son were married. When they needed money, they went to the cave and even used the robber's treasure. But they made sure that most of it was given to the poor. So everything ended well for everyone, but the robbers.